which is a laxative, and cascara sagrada, which spares your potassium so you won't get a potassium loss. That's why people like to use cascara sagrada. But sometimes the taste is a little offensive, so senna is used. Senna is a good laxative. Psyllium is a bulking agent. It's not really a laxative at all. These three are the laxative: aloe, cascara sagrada, and senna. Of course, rhubarb is the other laxative. Coughs, using licorice, wild cherry bark, which is good for gouty arthritis too, by the way, and thyme, which is basically for the nerves and the kind of unpleasant condition. It's not for the mucus per se. Coltsfoot, horehound, pleurisy, elecampane, mullein would be good for the mucus congestion. These are mostly trying to thin the mucus and get it out and relieve the pain of the condition. We use thyme. Depression, very popular today, St. John's wort, along with valerian. I mentioned before, valerian may make you a little groggy, so you may want to use catnip or chamomile instead. So you combine St. John's wort with catnip or chamomile in equal parts. To detoxification of the body, we use milk thistle, but that detoxifies the liver. Mind you, most of the waste is going through the kidney, so you probably have to use cubi berries or juniper berries in conjunction with the milk thistle, and bilberry in conjunction with the milk thistle to detoxify the pancreas and spleen. Digestion, if it's poor, you want to stimulate the appetite, use chamomile, peppermint, ginger. A lot of people get a supplement called nutritional brewer sheets because it has B1 and B2, which also can cause you to want to eat more. Fatigue, we use Panax ginseng, or we use the Siberian ginseng. A lot of people use the ginseng with damiana for fatigue or fatigue. Hemorrhoids, which is basically a form of varicose veins of the anus. We use horse chestnuts and witch hazel. Witch hazel basically is applied topically. It's an astringent, trying to shrink it with the witch hazel. You could use another herb as well. Some people like to use comfrey in combination with the witch hazel. Insomnia, which is usually the first sign of a disease, is that your sleep gets in a disordered fashion. We use valerian, passion flower, hops, lemon balm, catnip, chamomile, as I mentioned before. Liver, again you see the milk thistle, but dandelion root is good for the liver as well. Memory loss, we use gotu kola as well as ginkgo. Migraine headaches, I would say feverfew is probably about the best for migraine headaches. Migraine headaches are a type of headache. It's not a severe headache, it's just a name of a specific type. Menstrual irregularities and PMS, we use dong quai, chaste tree berries, oil of evening primrose. Some people use red raspberry. Some people use squaw vine and blessed thistle as well. Nausea, that's indigestion. Ginger is good for that. Peppermint, especially good with children. And chamomile, which helps calm down the digestive system. Prostate enlargement, benign. We use saw palmetto along with pygeum. Those are the most popular two. And they come in combinations in tablets and in liquids, saw palmetto and pygeum. Stinging nettle is primarily used for growing the hair as well. But in this case, I would lean toward the saw palmetto and pygeum for the prostate difficulties of any kind. Skin conditioning, we use marigold, which is called Calinda. We use chamomile topically on the skin and tea tree oil topically on the skin. Some people use aloe vera oil. Stress and tension, again we have the valerian, which is a calmative, a sedative, passion flower, the kava kava, and the ginseng. Ulcers, licorice, aloe vera juice is good for that. Comfrey is also good for ulcers as well. Urinary tract infections, some people using grapeseed oil tablets, cranberry, yuba ursi, cranberry juice in specific is used for that, yuba ursi as well. Varicose veins, that's waste in the veins. You can use horsetail for that, along with horse chestnut, bilberry, witch hazel topically, which means that they're using it for astringent to shrink the varicose veins. Water retention or bloating, as it's sometimes called. We're using a diuretic called yuba ursi, but you can also use kubi and buchu and juniper berries, and of course dandelion leaf is good for water retention. Now we are using these herbs, and I just want you to see what these herbs look like before I go over the rest of the remedies with you. Say if you have chills, for instance, we use cayenne pepper. Some people don't like that burning sensation, so we use bayberry bark tea with a pinch of cayenne to get away from that burning sensation. The cayenne is going to speed up the circulation. The person gets chills because they're throwing off a lot of heat, and then they get cold, and the pores shut down, and then they feel too hot. So we have the myrrh, we have the peppermint, white willow is for pain mostly.